If you are a coach who is genuinely good at what you do, someone with years of expertise and experience and a real passion to help people improve their health, wealth and relationships, but you are struggling to build a business that generates revenue and profits for you every single month consistently, there is a very high chance that you are not using the right strategies for your coaching business. If you don't know me, my name is Himanshu. I am the co-founder of K3 Consultancy. We are business consultants for online coaches. In the last 6 years, I have worked with over 150 coaches across multiple different industries, and my strategies that I have built for my clients have generated more than 35 crore in cumulative sales revenue across all the clients. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact strategies that can help you make anywhere between 5 lakhs to over 50 lakh rupees a month in your coaching business with over 40 to 80% profit margins. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So in today's video, we are going to cover the exact business strategies that you can use to go from 0 to 50 lakh rupees per month in your coaching business. So let's start by understanding what exactly do we mean by business strategy. So according to Google, a business strategy is a comprehensive long-form plan designed to achieve specific goal, create value for the stakeholders and gain a sustainable competitive advantage in the market. Now that's exactly how Chatur Ramalingam from 3 Idiots would define business strategy if someone were to ask him, which is technically correct, but it's completely useless for you. So this definition tells you nothing about what business strategy actually is and even less about how to build a business strategy for your coaching business. So let me give you the Baba Ranchhod Das version of it. So based on my 6 years of building my own business and consulting over 150 plus coaches, here's how I would define business strategy. So business strategy is focused allocation of the resources towards the highest leverage path that will help you achieve a desired outcome. Now let's break down this definition because it has 3 key elements. Number 1, focused allocation of resources. Number 2, highest leverage path. And number 3, desired outcome. Let's start from the end. So the desired outcome for a business is simply whatever you want to achieve with your business within the specific time period. And in business, we usually set quarterly or yearly goals, and most of them are monetary goals. But since we are building a coaching business, which is fundamentally a lifestyle based business, your desired outcome can be improving your own lifestyle as well as to reduce the complexity of your business. So whatever it is, that is the desired outcome. Now to achieve that desired outcome, your business can take multiple different paths. Among those multiple different paths, the highest leverage path is the one that produces the biggest result for the least effort. It's the path where every unit of input gives you the maximum possible output. And focused allocation of resources means taking everything that your business has, that has time, money, talent, attention and technology, and then directing it towards that one highest leverage path. So in simple words, a business strategy is choosing the best path to achieve your business goals and then focusing everything that you have on it while ignoring everything else. Now the real question comes is, where exactly do you need to build these strategies in your coaching business, and which strategies will actually move the needle in your business? And to answer those, we have to understand that any successful coaching business has 3 departments: the product department, the customer acquisition department and the operations department. To build the right strategies for your coaching business, you need to understand each of these departments thoroughly and then create individual strategy for each one so that your business as a whole move towards the desired outcome. Now let me go through them one by one. First, the product department. So the product department in your coaching business is made up of people who design and continuously improve your coaching program so that it consistently delivers the result that your clients have paid for. And if you are a solo coach who both creates and delivers the program yourself, then you are the entire product department. So this department in your coaching business is responsible for everything related to your coaching program, which includes program design, curriculum, frameworks, methodology, bonus and guarantees, offer packaging, pricing structure, and delivery systems. Now, the core objective of any product department is very simple. Is to increase the overall value that your product delivers. Now, Alex Hormozi has given us a brilliant framework for us to understand value. It's called value equation. And if you haven't come across this, then pay close attention here, because this one concept alone can completely change how you think about your offers. As you can see, this entire equation is a fraction equation, which means if you want to increase the value which is on the right hand side, you have to increase the numerator and decrease the denominator. Now let's go through each variable one by one. Variable number 1, which is dream outcome. So the dream outcome is the deepest desire that your clients want to achieve. This is the reason that they invested in your coaching program in the first place. Now the question that you should always ask is, how can I make the end result 10 times more desirable? So here are 3 strategies that you can use to increase this variable. Number 1, focus on a specific avatar. The more specific your offer is, the more valuable it will feel to the right person. For example, a time management coaching program built specifically for B2B sales executive is going to be perceived as far more valuable than a generic time management course which is going to be for everyone. Same transformation but completely different perceived value. Strategy number 2, building a product suite. Have multiple products for clients who are at different stages in their transformation journey. For example, if you are in fitness space, then you can have a weight loss program for beginners, a 6-pack app program for a higher price point, and at the highest level, a program for fitness trainers who want to start their own fitness coaching business. One small disclaimer here, only do this once you have a strong hero product that is already working in your business. Do not try to build a product suite from day one. Strategy number 3, move the outcome up market. So this is simple. All you have to do is you have to promise bigger and more desirable results. So instead of helping someone make 1 lakh rupees a month, create a product that helps them making 10 lakh rupees a month. So it will same skill at your end, but it is a very different positioning that will make it valuable to the market. So let me give you something tactical that you can implement in your business right now. So every quarter, set aside a fixed amount of money specifically to invest in your own education and skill development so that you can continuously provide your clients with a better dream outcome than you could in the last quarter and make it non-negotiable. Let's move ahead to variable number 2, which is perceived likelihood of achievement. So perceived likelihood of achievement is nothing but how confident your potential client feels that your program will actually work for them. See, even if the outcome that you are promising is incredible, but if people doubt whether or not they can achieve it, they will not buy. So the question here is, how do I remove the doubt that this won't work for me? Let me give you 4 strategies that you can implement. Number 1 is collect proof. Proof is nothing but the documented evidence that your coaching program actually works. So this can be in the form of case studies, testimonial, before and after results, video testimonials, and result screenshots. Here is the tactical strategy for you. Make it a non-negotiable habit to document everything in your coaching business. Every client win, every milestone hit, even the failures. Because honest documentation builds more trust than a polished highlight reel ever will. Strategy number 2, reduce complexity. Simple scales and complex fails. If your methodology feels like something a normal person actually can follow, then your prospect will automatically feel more confident that it will work for them too. Strategy number 3, offer a guarantee. Guarantees are the ultimate form of risk reversal. If you are genuinely confident in your ability to deliver results and you know exactly under what condition you can deliver them, then you can offer a bold and clear guarantee. It will dramatically increase the perceived value of your offer and it will remove one of the biggest objections that your prospect is having. Let's move ahead to variable number 3, that is time delay. Time delay is simply how long it takes for your client to get the results that they paid for. People will always pay more to get results faster. That is just the human nature. Now the question here is, how can I help my clients to get results more quickly? Here are 3 strategies that you can follow. Strategy number 1 is having a structured roadmap. Have a clear, structured, step-by-step path defined with clear milestone throughout the journey. Now most of the coaching programs are really long, and the long journey feel uncertain without visible progress markers. So instead of having one big final win at the end, break the transformation into multiple smaller milestones and celebrate each one. It makes the entire journey feel much more achievable and keeps your client motivated throughout. Strategy number 2, structured support. Speed always increases when the help is present at the right moment. Build a dedicated support system in your programs. This can be in the form of live coaching calls or Slack or WhatsApp support, and you can also use AI support bots as well. So you can have implementation sessions, challenges or hackathons where clients actually execute with you in real time. Strategy number 3 is template and done for you assets. So the pre-built tools eliminate the time your client spends on setup and accelerate how quickly they can start getting results. Now, depending on your niche, these assets can include sales script, funnel templates, ad templates, message frameworks, swipe files, and much more. Let's move ahead to the final variable, which is variable number 4, effort and sacrifice. So this variable is about how hard your client has to work to get the result. The easier process feels to execute, the higher is the perceived value of your offer. So the question here you can ask is, what can I do to make this feel easier for my clients to actually execute? Now here are 3 strategies that you can use. Number 1, have done for you elements in your offer. The more you can do for your client rather than just teaching them, the lower effort it feels in their end. So what you have to do is identify the most time consuming or technically the most complex part of your program and either do it for your client or create systems that make it dramatically easier. Strategy number 2 is having an accountability structure. So one of the biggest reasons that clients don't execute is not the lack of knowledge, it's the lack of follow through. So build accountability in your program through weekly check-ins, progress tracking, and even a peer group component. So which means like having an accountability partner within the program. When the client feel accountable to someone, they execute faster and with much more consistency. Strategy number 3, simplify the process. Go through your program and ruthlessly cut or simplify anything that feels unnecessarily complicated. Every step that confuses your client adds up to the perceived effort and reduces the value of your offer. The goal is to make your client feel like the path to transformation is clear, simple, and doable. Strategy number 4, automation. Use automation to reduce the manual workload of your client whenever possible. For example, you can use CRM automation that handle follow-ups for them. You can pre-build an ad template and deploy without starting from scratch. And you can use ready-to-use funnels that they don't have to build themselves. So every time you remove a manual step from your client's journey, you increase the value of your program. That covers the entire product department strategy. Now let's move ahead to the second department, the customer acquisition department. A customer acquisition department is responsible for attracting the right audience, communicating a compelling message, and converting that audience into paying clients through marketing and sales system. Its mission in one line is this: create predictable demand and convert it into revenue. There are 5 key components of a strong customer acquisition strategy. Let's go through each one by one. Component number 1 is positioning strategy. So positioning is simply choosing where you compete and who do you serve. Your positioning offers 3 fundamental questions: who this offer is for, what problem does it solve, and why it is different from everything else there in the market. Having a clear and well-defined positioning is non-negotiable, and refining that positioning as your market evolves is an ongoing process. This is not a one-time activity. Now, to build the right positioning, you need to understand this concept called market sophistication. I am not going to go deep into market sophistication in this video because I have already made a detailed video breaking it down completely. I'll add the link in the description, so you go ahead, please watch it, because understanding this concept will change how you position yourself in the market. So just keep this thing in mind, that while building your positioning strategy, there are 3 critical questions that you need to answer very clearly. Who is your most ideal audience? What burning problem that they want desperately solved? And what unique solution that you are offering to the market that as of now no one else is offering? You get all these right and your positioning will be better than the 90% of your competitors. The second component of having strong customer acquisition strategy is having the right messaging strategy. So once your positioning is clear, the next question that comes into mind is, why should anyone care about you? So messaging strategy is about deciding what exactly you are going to say consistently across all your marketing. So be it in your ads, your reels, your YouTube videos, your emails, whatever channel that you are using. But the truth is, messaging is not just what you say, it goes much deeper. It also includes what are the core values that you stand for and why. And how do you make sure that every single piece of marketing that you create, it reflects those values authentically. Now, to craft a messaging that actually works, you have to understand this concept called market awareness. So market awareness is the extent to which your potential client recognize, recall and trust your offers. Again, I have made a detailed video on this topic. It is the same video where I have explained market sophistication. Link will be in description. Now, once you understand market awareness, you can create marketing assets at different level of awareness. So your messaging resonates with the prospects regardless of their buying journey. And across all level of awareness, your messaging should be targeting the core emotional drivers that move people to take action. So these are the emotions like fear, frustration, desire, hope, status, false belief, all those things. Because people don't buy with logic, they buy with emotion and they justify it with logic. So your messaging has to speak emotions first. And finally, to be able to execute all this effectively, you need to have copywriting skills. So your copywriting strategy should focus on crafting better hooks that stop the scroll, making the problem deeply relatable, making your mechanism feel believable, presenting your proof in a compelling way, packaging and communicating your offer clearly, and always ending with a specific and clear call to action. Great messaging is not about being clever, it's about being understood. Let's move ahead to the third component, which is sales strategy. So most of the people think that sales is about forcing people to take some action. It is not. It's actually the diagnosis. The goal of every sales conversation is to understand your prospect's problem clearly and present your offer as the most logical solution to that problem. Now, a coaching sales call has three core components: pitch, line of questioning and objection handling. So pitch is simply how you present your offer in the sales call to your prospect, and line of questioning is the specific questions that you use in the sales call to uncover your prospect's pain, their goals and their budget and whatever the commitment that they are willing to take. And objection handling is nothing but your method for addressing the hesitation that is stopping your prospect from saying yes. Now, once you are able to implement these three components properly, you will be able to convert a significant number of your leads into paying clients. And the number that measures how well your sales strategy is doing is conversion ratio. Conversion ratio is the percentage of sales call that result into a closed client. This is the single most important metric in your sales strategy, and your entire sales strategy should be directed towards one goal: improving this number and beating the industry standards. Now, here's something that most people don't tell you. The industry standard is not the same across all board. It varies depending upon your market, your audience, and the price point that you offer. A high ticket offer sold to a cold audience will have much more different benchmark than a mid ticket offer sold to a warm audience. The first step in your sales strategy is to find out what is the standard conversion ratio that looks like in your specific industry with similar offer and at a similar price point. Once you have that benchmark, then you will have a clear target to beat, and then work backward through the three components, which is pitch structure, line of questioning and objection handling. And then ask yourself honestly, what exactly is the gap between your current conversion ratio and the industry standard? Is it that way because of how you are structuring the call? Is it that way because the quality of the questions that you are asking? And is it that way because the way you are handling objection that keeps coming up? Identify the weakest component, work specifically on improving that, measure the impact on your conversion ratio, and then move ahead to the next. So this is how you improve your sales performance systematically. Not by hoping you get better with experience, but by treating your conversion ratio as a metric that can always be understood, always be improved, and always be pushed further. Let's move ahead to the component number 4 of customer acquisition strategy, that is sales funnel strategy. Sales funnel is a sequence of marketing asset that plays strategically to help your potential client take journey from complete stranger to a clients and raving fans also. So I have already made an entire video breaking down every popular sales funnel for coaching businesses in detail, the structure, the pros and cons, and exactly which funnel to pick based on where exactly you are in business right now. So I'll add that link also in the description. So you can go ahead and watch after this video. So for this video, we are not talking about which funnel to use. In this video, we are talking about funnel strategy, specifically how to make your existing funnel perform better over time. Figure out whether the funnel that you are currently using is actually the right one for your business, and decide whether you need to switch funnels completely or add more funnels to your existing setup. And how do you do that? The answer is very simple: your funnel metrics. So most coaches, they set up a funnel, run traffic to it, and then judge its performance based on one number, How many clients did I get this month? This is the worst way to manage a funnel, because if that number is low, then you have no idea where the funnel problem actually is. So the right approach is to document, understand and analyze every single stage of your funnel from the first click all the way to referrals. So here is how it looks like in practice. So every stage in your funnel has a metric attached to it. At the top of the funnel, we are looking at the metric like cost per click, cost per lead, or your landing page conversion rate. If your landing page conversion is coming below industry average, which means that there is either a problem in your ad or your landing page copy or your targeting. For middle of the funnel, you are looking at metric like lead quality, show up rate on call, and nurture and engagement. If people are booking the call but they are not showing up, then your follow-up sequence, it has a leak. If leads are coming but they are the wrong people, then your messaging or targeting needs to be refined. And at the bottom of the funnel, you are looking at the metrics like close rate, your cost per acquisition, etc. If your close rate is low, then you can go back and refer to the sales strategy. And if your cost per acquisition is too high, then there is a problem with the top of the funnel. And beyond just the sale, you track metrics like referrals, client retention, and the lifetime value. These numbers will tell you how good your product and delivery actually is. So here's what you need to do. Step 1 is document every metric at every stage of your funnel consistently without fail. Step number 2, analyze the data. Look for the stage where there is biggest drop off that is happening, and that will be your weakest link. Step number 3 will be make focused improvement on that stage. Test it out, measure the impact, and then move ahead to the next weakest link. Truth be told, a funnel is never finished. It's always a work in progress. So the coaches who dominate their market are not the ones with the most complicated funnels. They are the ones who understand their funnel numbers better than anyone else, and they relentlessly improve them one metric at a time. Let's move ahead to the final component of customer acquisition strategy, that is advertisement strategy. Advertisement strategy is all about how to get right traffic for your coaching business. So traffic is nothing but number of eyeballs that you are able to generate for your marketing assets, and there are primarily 4 traffic channels available for a coaching business. So it is organic platforms like YouTube, Instagram and LinkedIn, paid ad platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Google, the outbound channels like cold email, LinkedIn outreach, cold DM outreach, etc., and partnership channels like affiliates, joint venture, referral partners, etc. So knowing this channel is not a strategy. The strategy is what you do when you pick one. Now here is the mistake that most coaches make with the advertising. They treat every platform the same way. The truth is, every platform has its own nuances, its own algorithm, its own audience behavior, its own content formats that work, its own ad policies, and its own metrics that actually matter. So the strategy is this. Step 1, study your chosen platform deeply. Now before you spend serious time or money on any platform, invest time in genuinely understanding how it works. How does the algorithm distribute content or ads? What kind of creatives perform the best? And what does the audience on this platform respond to? Step 2 will be identifying the nuances. So every platform has patterns that separate high performing accounts from the average ones. Identify those patterns. So what hooks are working, what formats are working, what targeting parameters are bringing in the right people, and what time of the day, what frequency, and what is the right creative style also. Step number 3, measure the ROI at the platform level. So track what you are spending in time, money, or both, and what you are getting back in terms of lead, calls, and clients. If a platform is not generating positive return after a fair period of testing and optimization, either fix the approach or redirect those resources to a platform that is working. Step number 4, improve continuously. Platforms change, algorithm update, audience behavior shifts. What worked 6 months ago may not work today. The coaches who win at advertising are not the ones who found the right thing at the right time and then they coast on it. They are the ones who stay close to the platform. They adapt quickly and they keep on improving their ROI quarter per quarter. The goal of your advertisement strategy is not just to generate traffic. It's to generate the right traffic at the right cost consistently, and keep getting better at doing that over time. Now that covers the complete customer acquisition department strategy. Let's move ahead to the third and the final department, the operations department. So if the product department creates and delivers the value and the customer acquisition department brings in the client, the operation departments make sure that none of it falls apart as your business grows. So here's how I would define an operation in a coaching business. Operation is the activities that you do that ensures that your customer acquisition and fulfillment does not fail at scale. The operation department builds the system, people and infrastructure that allow the business to deliver consistent results without breaking. A strong operations department has 3 goals. Number 1 is consistency. Every client gets the same quality of experience and results every single time. Number 2, efficiency. The cost of delivery should decrease as you scale, not increase. Number 3, scalability. The growth does not break your system or your team. So there are 5 strategic systems within the operations department. Let's go through them each one by one. System number 1 is standardization strategy. So standardization means turning every successful action in your business into a document process that anyone can follow consistently. Now here is the strategy. The starting point is simple. Identify every process in your business that is being repeated more than 3 times. If something is happening more than 3 times, then it's no longer a one-off task. It's a process, and if it's a process, then it needs to be documented, examined, and then put through this one particular filter. Can this be automated? Can this be delegated? Or can this be eliminated entirely? If it can be automated, then build a system that handles it without any human involvement. If it cannot be automated, then document it clearly enough that someone else can own it without needing your involvement. And if it adds no real value to your business, then cut it out completely. Now here is the most important principle behind this strategy. Every system that you build should have the minimum possible dependency on any human being, including you. And this is the part where most coaches get it wrong. They build systems that reduce the dependency of their teams, but they remain still the bottleneck themselves. Every key decision, every client escalation, every important piece of content, it still runs through them. And this is not a system, that's just organized chaos with some extra steps. The goal of standardization is to build a business where the quality of output does not depend on who is doing the work on any given day, including whether or not the founder shows up. And when you reach at that point, you don't have a business anymore. You have an asset. System number 2, AI and automation strategy. Now, automation means removing repetitive manual work from your business so that your team only spends time on the tasks that genuinely require human judgment or creativity. Now, let me give you a real example from our own business at K3. More than 90% of the research, writing, and coding tasks that we used to do manually have now been automated using AI. Work that used to take hours is now taking us minutes. The resources that used to go towards manual execution are now being redirected to higher leverage activities like strategy, client delivery, and business growth. And we are not done yet. We keep finding new areas to automate every single month, which brings me to the actual strategy, that is, number 1, continuously audit your operations for manual work. Go through every department of your business, customer acquisition, fulfillment, operations, etc., and ask one question at each step. Is a human doing this because it genuinely requires human judgment, or are they doing it simply because they have not developed a system yet? Every time the answer is the latter, there is an opportunity for automation. Step 2, set aside dedicated time to research on AI. The world of AI is moving faster than almost any technology that we have seen before. Tools that did not exist 6 months ago are now capable of replacing entire workforce. And if you are not actively keeping up with what is possible, you are falling behind. Not relative to where you were, but relative to your competitors who are actually paying attention to the AI revolution. Block time specifically for this. Experiment with new tools. Test new workflows, because in this environment, the businesses that win are not necessarily the ones with the biggest team or the biggest budget. They are the ones that figured out how to do more with less and then faster than everyone else. Step 3, implement, measure, and keep improving. Every time you automate a process, measure its impact. How much time was saved? How much did the quality of output change? Use that data to prioritize what to automate next. The goal is simple. Build a business where the maximum possible amount of repetitive work is handled by systems and AI. so that every human on your team, including you, is spending their time only on the work that genuinely cannot be done any other way. Let's move ahead to system number 3, that is talent acquisition strategy. Now, talent acquisition is all about building a reliable pipeline of the right people, so that whenever your business needs someone, you are never hiring out of desperation. And that last part is very crucial, because hiring out of desperation is the single biggest reason most coaches end up with the wrong person in their team. Here is what typically happens. A coach realizes that they urgently need help, puts out a quick post, get 2 or 3 responses, and hires the person who seems most enthusiastic. There is no proper process and there is no real filtering that is happening. And 3 months later, they are dealing with the consequences of a bad hire, and now costing them time and money and energy to fix it. And real businesses don't hire like that. They have systems in place. The strategy is this. Step 1, define a role before you open applications. Now, before you go ahead and look for a single candidate, get crystal clear on exactly what this person needs to do, what success looks like for this role, and what specific skills and qualities that are non-negotiable. Without this clarity, you cannot filter effectively, and no matter how many applications you receive. Step 2 will be generating multiple applications for every role. Never make hiring decision from a pool of 1 or 2 people. Build a process that consistently generates multiple qualified applicants for any role that you're hiring for. And you can do this through job platform, industry communities, and referrals. The more options you have, the better are the chances for you to find the right person. And step number 3 is filter ruthlessly. You need to have application forms, test projects, interview to filter down the best candidate. You should always hire based on the demonstrated ability to solve the problems that you want to be solved, not based on how impressive someone sounds in a conversation. And step number 4 will be always be on hiring mode. Even when you don't immediately need anyone, you always keep your pipeline warm. Stay connected to the platforms and communities where good people are, because the best time to hire the right person is before you desperately need them, not after. System number 4 that you will need is talent management strategy. So hiring great people is winning only half the battle. Keeping them performing at their best and staying motivated is the other half. So the talent management ensures that people in your company are consistently delivering results and feel genuinely invested in company's growth. So here are the strategic goals. Number 1, you need to retain high performers. Number 2, you need to improve the overall productivity. And number 3, you have to build a culture of genuine accountability. Number 3, you have to build a culture of genuine accountability. So you can use 3 key strategies for that. Number 1 will be performance metrics. Every person in your team should have clearly measurable outcomes tied to their role. For example, your sales team metrics must be close rate and revenue generated, and your customer success team metrics might be client retention and satisfaction scores. Number 2 will be meeting structures. Every effective businesses, they run on consistent and structured meeting rhythms. So you need daily stand up to keep everyone aligned, weekly performance review to catch the problems early, and monthly strategy reviews to ensure that the team is moving in the right direction. Number 2 will be cultural development. A strong team culture is built on transparency, accountability, and ownership. When your team members feel like they are genuinely building something meaningful, not just executing tasks, they perform better at a different level. Let's move ahead to system number 5, which is having a safety net strategy. So the last system in the operation department, it is not glamorous because it does not directly drive growth, but ignoring it can destroy everything else that you have built. So these safety nets, they protect your business from financial risk, legal risk, and technical risk. Let's discuss them one by one. Financial system. Have a proper accounting process, cash flow management process, and tax planning process in place. Always work with a qualified accountant and a financial advisor. A business that does not have an understanding of its own financial numbers is just flying blind. Number 2 will be legal system. So have clear contracts and agreement in place with clients, with employees, and with contractors. Protect your intellectual property. Work with a legal advisor to make sure that you are covered before you need to be, not after something goes wrong. For a coaching business, this is not a very big deal, but you need to follow some security to for the storage of your client data, for access control for internal systems, and having a basic cybersecurity protocol in place. Because your proprietary frameworks, your training materials, and your client information are valuable assets. You need to protect them accordingly. So that covers all the three departments, that is product, customer acquisition, and operations. Now let's do a quick recap of everything that we covered. So for your product department, your strategy should focus on increasing the overall value that your program delivers using Alex Hormozzi's value equation as your framework. So think about working on dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort and sacrifice. For a customer acquisition department, your strategy here focuses on creating predictable, scalable demand and converting it into revenue. So you have to work on positioning, messaging, sales funnel, and advertisement. And for your operations department, your strategy here focuses on making success repeatable for your business as it scales. So you'll work on standardization, AI and automation, talent acquisition, talent management, and your safety net. For a business, these three are separate departments, but they are interconnected systems. And when all of them are working together, your business becomes a machine that prints money. You need to stop trading your time for money, stop relying on manual efforts for every client that you bring in, and stop being bottlenecked in your own business. And that is when a coaching business truly becomes scalable and genuinely gives you the lifestyle that you started building for in the first place. And if you want our help in building any of these systems, you know where to find us. And if you found this video valuable, then do subscribe, like, and share it with the coach that you feel needs this. See you in the next video. Bye.